A child asked his mother one day, "Does the Bible teach that we are made from dust and return to dust?" "Well, yes," the mother answered, "but why do you ask?" "Because," he said, "I just looked under my bed and someone is either coming or going." Historically, theologians have used three words to describe the attributes of God: omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence. I dealt with the attribute of omnipotence, God's unlimited power, in an earlier episode. But today I want to say a word about God's omniscience. The word omniscience means that God has unlimited knowledge. A know-it-all is a disparaging term we use to describe a person who acts as though he or she knows everything. But when used to describe God, it fits. Have you ever engaged in an act or entertained thoughts that you're sure no one but you will ever know? The psalmist reminds us in Psalm 139 that nothing escapes God's all-encompassing knowledge. "Lord, you have searched me, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You're familiar with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, you know it completely." Paul attempts to explain the wisdom of God, but finally concedes that God's wisdom and knowledge are inexplicable with these words: "Oh, the depth of the riches, both of the wisdom and knowledge of God. How unsearchable His judgments and untraceable His ways. For who has known the mind of the Lord?" What the apostle is saying is that God's wisdom is total. Nothing that can be known is unknown to God. An aspect of God's omniscience is His sovereign foreknowledge. The word foreknowledge means that God knows what will transpire before it happens. Sometimes our fascination with the unknown prompts gullible persons to seek out a psychic or consult their daily horoscope. The fact is, we're all legitimately interested in the future. At the birth of a baby, parents wonder what he or she will become. When we face overwhelming obstacles, we wonder how could things possibly work out. I personally faced an uncertain future many years ago. Convinced that I needed to go back to school, I knew that I would have to resign the pastor of the church I was serving at the time. With no money and a wife and 2 children to support, I had no idea what the future held for me. But acting on blind faith and with the encouragement of my wife, we took the plunge, not knowing what would happen. As it turned out, my wife was able to open a flower shop and help provide financial support. And the bank granted me a loan, though I had no collateral. That's unheard of. And my kids were so young that they had no idea how precarious our future was. But looking back, I can clearly see the remarkable ways that God guided our future and enabled me to achieve the goals that I believed were in the best long-term interest of my family and, more importantly, consistent with my calling to the ministry. One of my great heroes from history is the Dutch Christian lady named Corrie ten Boom. At great personal risk, she helped many Jews escape the Nazi Holocaust by hiding them in her home. Looking back over her life, she was quoted as saying, "Never be afraid to trust an unknown future to an all-knowing God." Maybe you are in the midst of a situation where you have no idea how things will turn out. Does it provide you some comfort to know that there is an all-knowing God in whom you can place your trust? That's something to consider.